A lot has happened in the past year. And last year, I talked about the range of emotions that I experience when I think of Juneteenth, from gratefulness, frustration, hope. And I discussed how critical it is to be informed and just aware of the things that are going on around you. Because although the slaves were emancipated 2.5 years prior to the Juneteenth, it wasn't until that information was disseminated that their entire lives changed. But then it poses these questions. Well, how much did their lives change after that? What happened in those 2.5 years that they remained in bondage? And so now, 1 year later, I look back over, what information is out there. Where do we stand? What has changed? And I think about this. Mississippi drops the Confederate symbol from the flag. John Lewis dies. The WNBA dedicates its season to Breonna Taylor. Jacob Blake is shot by the police. The Bucks walk out of a playoff game in protest. Officers aren't charged in the Breonna Taylor killing. There's a march on Washington. Trump tells Proud Boys to stand back and stand by. We get a new president. Trump supporters storm the Capitol. Derek Chauvin is found guilty of murdering George Floyd. We still remain in a pandemic, and not just a COVID-19 pandemic, but a mental health pandemic and a racism pandemic. So this past year has been a whirlwind of emotions. And I think of it like a dog whose owner has its hand raised with a stick, and you're like, the dog is wondering, okay, today are we playing fetch or is he about to hit me? Because it's just this back and forth. It's this wave of emotions that you're just on the roller coaster ride. And no matter the headline, though, I persist, we persist. I celebrate the wave of change that is right now and is to come. Last month, I took a US tour, and I had the privilege of visiting the Museum of African American History in Washington, D.C. It's lined, the walls are lined with the numbers of slaves who were transported on each ship that were delivering bodies to the Americas. And then walls are filled with quotes from ads that are promoting the sale of Black bodies. And then you get to see these freedom papers of free African Americans. And it was this just perpetual push and pull on my emotions going through there. It's like this historical information that's saddening, but at the same time inspiring. I walked away from the museum with the same experience that I had over the course of the past year, which is emotional conflict. There's sorrow, there's joy, there's pessimism, there's hope, there's distrust, there's faith. So when I think about that roller coaster of emotions that we've experienced over the last year, I can only say that it's probably incomparable to the roller coaster of the 2.5 years leading up to the long awaited freedom and the years of bondage that came before that. Just ups and downs over and over. But in my mind, there's a light because light is being shed on the issues that are still persisting. Our communities are not backing down. Voices are being raised, and we are making an impact that I think will make those who came before us proud of the stand that we're taking. So I just leave you with this. Let us not grow weary in our well-doing, for in due season we will reap if we faint not. Thank you.